First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Our game here in Detroit, a Thanksgiving tradition dating back to 1934. And it is the first of 3 games today, per usual. We'll see the Giants and Cowboys from Dallas after us. And then later tonight, the nightcap, another game with NFC North intrigue. The Pats and Vikings from Minneapolis. Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
A first down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's second down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now we're at the 41, second and 9. Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 38. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are bitter tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now this time, Allen will throw. Open man is heard. It's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Again, it's Barkley. And they'll get him down right around the 16. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down. And they'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He'll buy some time right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When those extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And he stopped immediately there. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. The Lions at 9-1 on the year. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins, take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in an open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a 1st down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And the Bills are going to get it back here just past the 35. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Allen going to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to have it here just past the 25. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team. He's got him in, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the 1st at the 32. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try it now with Swift. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Tackle by A.J. Epinesa.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Listen. Super one. Super.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
forward by Allen on a jet sweep.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And this offense on third down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Allen. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. On play action, Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And normally when you see guys move it this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play. And then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off. And he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles, is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group, and sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, here's Swift. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league can support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day, but you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the...
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Goff's throw taken in by Chark. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now gone. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Now, to be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs.
Back to the running game with Swift.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Goff got his man. It's Williams.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And this one is right through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say for the offensive play callers, you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And we'll see how much they want to push things, leading already here 10-3.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Allen. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, wow, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line.
49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
3rd and inches, they just handed to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around, hand it to the big fella, and let him get forward for a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Complete to right. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
So after the INT, it's Allen. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Derek Barnes
came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. And they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the 2nd half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Staying on his feet, and a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
They'll run right here with Swift.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Goff now to throw. Looking for Wright, and he finds him.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Goff gets this one to Chark.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
61 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jamal Williams, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after here coming up. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Allen to throw it.
Shakir hauls it in.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Here's Allen on 1st and 10.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
To the air, Allen. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play here for Buffalo. And even 50 yards.
1st and goal, Buffalo.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen keeping it himself from 7 yards out.
And the Bills answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Fair catch, aimed at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Go.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
11.
Here's Goff. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Hey, let's go. Go, Brown. Brown.
Now it's gone. Flushed out right. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it.
And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
You won. Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go.
To the air again. Goff.
Goes with the out route and completes it to Swift. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Held it to an okay gain.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Cut. Listen.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. Throw left side complete. That's right. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
Goff now looks to throw. Escaping the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Here's Goff. Wright's got it.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Ambry Thomas up to make the play defensively.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Here's 2nd and 10. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff.
Sliding out of the pocket. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Bills force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen. And this will be caught at the 30. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground.